Sevens World Cup titles. He is the man that found All Black stars and legends such as Jonah Lomu, Christian Cullen, Mills Muliaina, Ronnie Soyalo, Julian Savea, and many others, most if not all, have Samoan blood. In 2012, Teach received the rare honor of being inducted into the IRB Hall of Fame, unusual for a very skilled sevens coach and the first ever sevens coach to receive such honor. Later on in 2013, he was recognized by the New Zealand government for his service in rugby and gave him the knighthood, which made him the Samoan Tietjens, as we now know him of. Many have asked, has he ever played sevens rugby? And how far did he go up in the ladder of rugby? Here's your answer. He was a member of the first ever New Zealand sevens side at the 1983 Hong Kong Sevens, played 81 games for Bay of Plenty, and played 14 games for Waikato. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together as I invite Samoan Tietjens to the podium.
And Prime Minister, distinguished guests, sponsors, ladies and gentlemen, it's an honour to be here this afternoon to address you for my new role as the new Samoan Sevens coach. For a lot of people that are around here, I started coaching way back in 1994, which is certainly a long, long time, and I can tell you if I went back to some of those photos back in 1994, I had a lot of hair then, I can assure you that it's a game that's quite ruthless now. It's decided sometimes on defining moments, and you understand why you can lose here very, very quickly. But 22 years coaching the All Black Sevens team, and it's time for me to step down after those 22 years and seek some new challenges. And I think there's been a lot of, I suppose, speculation around stepping down, but it's also seen as retiring. I didn't see it that way. I've always, in my dreams, wondered what it would be like to coach a Pacific Island team, who that might be, and to give something back to rugby. And Samoa was obviously a very, very good choice, and I've been very, very impressed, certainly in the few weeks that I've been here. I have had 2 tough trains in these last couple of days. We've been finished training this morning, and the boys worked tremendously hard. And the satisfaction you get out of that as a coach is that I've always said my terminology is you always empty the tank, and every one of those Samoan boys, and I think there was 26 of them out here this morning, just emptied the tank for me and gave it their very, very best. Being here, I see a lot of challenges, some great challenges ahead of me, and one of those challenges is to perhaps provide a succession plan with new coaches coming in behind me to actually learn a lot, hopefully, and also so you can produce coaches from your own island. Also look at producing your own players on your own island as well, and also encouraging those ones that are over in New Zealand to also be part of Samoan rugby. I've worked and developed a great relationship already with Alama Iromia, who's coaching the Manu Samoan 15s team, and I coached Alama in the All Black Sevens team, and he's someone that comes across as very, very humble, and I know that we'll have a very, very strong relationship, which is important for Samoan rugby moving forward. Over the years, people ask me, why has your teams been so successful? And I put it down very first and foremost when I took over the team in 1994, and it's exactly what I'm doing now with the Samoan team. You need to create a culture. And I base that culture on traditional values: honesty, respect, humility, discipline, leadership, and also a great quality and humour and having fun in the workplace, fun within your teams. You've got to have those qualities to create that culture. I'm very much a team man. I look at 4 real qualities to create that culture based on team. Together, everyone achieves more. And that's everyone. That's supporters, that's players, that's everyone getting in behind the Samoan team, whether it be the Rugby Sevens team or the 15-a-side team. When I say to get everyone achieves more, I'm never ever self-reliant on all those top players with the X factors to win me tournaments. It's about I have a favourite saying, whoever plays will do the job. And also displaying that confidence in the players that you have on the bench, that they can come on and do the job. Remembering you can lose your very best players in the first couple of minutes of a tournament or any game of any tournament. The second quality that must be is unity. Unity's family. We're very, very close as a team. My trainings are harder than any game they'll ever play. Believe it or not, that unifies them. They empty the tank. We go out, you know, for 2 days and consecutive days, those guys have got to give it their all, because that's what tournaments are all about. Nothing comes easy, and remembering that you've got to give it your all. The third quality, of course, is passion. Being passionate for whom you represent and what the jersey means to you. And that Samoan jersey's got to mean so much to those players. We've got to strive to wear it. And you create competition in those group of players that they want to front the tournaments, represent Samoa, because with the passion, there's got to be the enjoyment factors at the same time. The fourth quality is about team discipline. And I break that into two areas. They must have a work ethic. They must work tremendously hard, not just in assemblies or as a team, but also when they're on their own. They get out and they push themselves to the limits that they need to, because conditioning in the sevens game is massively important. The second part of the nutrition, and I know this is going to be a real challenge, is around discipline around your nutrition. Because in our game of sevens, everything's around conditioning and also nutrition. Because the fuel you take in other words, the food you eat, is going to give you the energy levels that you need to get out to perform in tournaments. We've already talked about it. If I expect, and my expectations are around giving me your all at trainings, then I've got to have good fuel to get out and perform. So this applies also on the island, this also applies in tournaments. So you mix the trainings and also the tournaments, mate, then you'll get the best out of your players. So you've got the team, the unity, the passion, and also the discipline qualities that creates a culture which is second to none. I'll talk a little bit about humility and being humble. It's a massive quality that we have in anyone, in any person, and any rugby player. I talk about humility and being humble, and I use an example. I love the game of tennis. And there's a guy out there by the name of Roger Federer, whom I believe is probably the greatest tennis player ever that's ever graced our planet. He's won 17 Grand Slams, but he oozes the humility and humble factor. And that's what we want out of our athletes. You know that every time he goes out and plays, he gives it 200%, which is all you can ask for as a coach. I remember 7 or 8 years ago, I saw Roger Federer play the greatest game of tennis I've ever seen. He played Nadal in the final at Wimbledon, and Wimbledon is a Grand Slam tournament that everyone wants to win. On this particular game, which went over 5 sets, which was an amazing game of tennis, Nadal beat Federer. I remember the interview afterwards. Federer being interviewed on TV, visibly, he cried his eyes out because that's how much the tournament meant to him, and he'd been beaten by Nadal. 6 or 7 days later, I read a write-up in a newspaper article. And in this article, it said everything that I expect from my players. And it says Nadal won the greatest game of tennis, but Federer gained in defeat. He showed us that losing, although painful, is not necessarily failure. How can it be when you've given it all you have? And you've witnessed the game when Manu Samoa played the All Blacks. They all went out there and emptied the tank. And we can accept that as coaches. Because losing, it hurts, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's failure. And that's when we need people to get in behind the team, because you can guarantee that every one of my players that go out and play for Samoa, in any World Series tournament, the Commonwealth Games, the World Cup, and hopefully in 220 the Olympics, I can assure you we'll be there, that we need your support. And that's how important it is, because they're going to go out and give it their all. And those are the challenges that are in front of us. I'm very traditional, and I'm also someone that's been brought up in tradition, which is tradition to me is hard work. And I'll finish it with these. The 6 most important words in life is I admit I made a mistake, which is based on humility. We're always quick to blame someone or something, but when you take the brunt of the blame, you get a lot of kudos for that. The 5 most important words in life is you did a great job, you played a great game. And what it means to someone when you pat them on the back or the shoulder and say, mate, you've done an awesome job, or you played a great game, I can tell you something, it means a hell of a lot. That's empathy. The 4 most important words is what is your opinion, which is coaching. The most important people in any company, in any rugby team, any team, are the people or the players on the coalface, or the voice and face of your company. And us as coaches, or general managers, or sales managers, when you want the best out of your staff, you go and ask them what they think. Give them some input, and they'll buy into exactly what you want. 3 most important words is could you please, which is courtesy. The 2 most important words is thank you, which is manners. And the 1 most important word is we, which is team. And the least most important word is I. You must finally always remember that nothing in this world ever comes easy. You make commitments, you make sacrifices, you never look for excuses. Once again, thank you very much for the luncheon today. I can never promise you a victory, but what I'll promise you is that we will be going out in every tournament that we play, and we'll be giving it that 200%. Cheers, thanks very much.